As our CIO study points out, the role of the CIO is changing. There's a greater partnership required between the CEO and the CIO needs to shift their activities. They need to spend more of their time focusing both on value today, helping with effectiveness and efficiency throughout the organization, at the same time focusing on the long-term value and the opportunity for growth in the organization over the longer time period. And thirdly, they need to be part of the change team. They need to be part of the change in this organization and driving that change. Those are the three elements of partnership that the CEO needs with the CIO. Well, the CIO, as I indicated, has an important role to play in cost management and in terms of driving both efficiency and effectiveness. One of the ways we see this happening today is the increased standardization of processes in many parts of the organization or many components of the organization on a globally integrated basis. And the CIO has a very important role in helping to make this happen and driving the benefits that occur to the organization. The CIO also has a very important role to play in terms of getting timely information to the business so they can make more effective and better decisions. There's a lot of data out there, but what the CEO and line management really need is the information or the insight. And then thirdly, there's a lot of risk in today's world, a lot of volatility, a lot of uncertainty, and really helping us manage risk and manage the portfolio of risk that we have and understanding that risk and that exposure. Those are really the three areas where the CIO can be really critical to the CEO in today's environment, driving cost out of the business and making sure the business is successful. CIOs are increasingly important and need to spend more of their time on the future and less of their time on the day-to-day transactions. Our study indicates that the CIOs that spend more of their time on the long term and less on the day-to-day activity are actually helping their organizations be more successful. The CEO has to rely on the CIO to educate the organization about what are the technologies of the future and how might they impact our business. So, for example, a few years ago, we worked with one of the major music companies just around the turn of the century, and we were discussing peer-to-peer and how the then illegal Napster service might impact their business. Well, we quickly found out that most of the executives around that table did not understand what peer-to-peer was, had never seen Napster. So we, with the help of the CIO, had to roll in a PC into that room and show them what kind of service was possible and begin to enable the thinking about the future. So we think there's a role for CIOs to spend a lot of time working around the art of the possible. We all say that people like IBM have a lot of patents, but patent technology and inventions does not equal innovation. And part of what a business must do, and the CIO plays a key role in, is translating the technologies of the future into the innovations as they may impact our business. The CIO plays a very important role in helping the CEO manage change in today's environment. Change is a much more important factor. As I say to my media clients, we're not moving from black and white TV to color TV. We're not moving from one steady state to another steady state. We're in an era of continuous change. The world is changing more quickly, it's more volatile, it's more uncertain, and the role of the CIO is to help us with that process. The CIO can do that by helping us build a flexible platform that enables us to change more quickly, because speed is really an important characteristic of success for the organization in the future. We recently did a study called Making Change Work, and we found that a small percentage of the companies, say 20% of the companies, are successful with change 80% of the time. But most organizations are not successful with change most of the time. And the CIO plays an important role in enabling these new technologies, bringing them to market quickly as the business demands them, and creating the platform from which we can make these changes. As we move to the future, the CEO has a heavier dependence on the CIO as a full-time participant in his management team. The CIO needs to bring a perspective that helps the management team plan, and do its strategy for the future. Therefore, the CEO needs to incorporate the CIO in all those activities, just like the leader of marketing, just like the leader of finance, just like the leader of production within that organization. And the CIO needs to be able to bring a perspective that helps the total business. They need to understand the business and not be a barrier to change in that organization. At the same time, the CEO needs to recruit and find the right kind of CIO, which may be different than in the past. It has to be somebody who's broader, understands the technology, but can speak for the total business and understand the implications of technology as we formulate business strategy in the organization.